Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my online classes for English Literature and Language. I am Bijay Mohan Shah, Faculty of English, Mithila Public School. This is an endeavor to empower my students. Today, I am going to provide you the detailed summary about the first chapter, that is the fun they had. So, dear students, what I will do today is I'll give you analysis of each and every paragraph. I'll make you understand, and after that you have to write the answer which are raised on the basis of this paragraph. These questions will be sent to you later on. So without much ado, let us start the lesson. Now in the first line on the screen you can see, on the very first paragraph on the screen you can see Margie even wrote about it that night in her diary. On the page headed 17th May 21st 57, she wrote, "Today Tommy had found a real book." So there are two characters in the first paragraph. That is, the first one is Margie, second one is Tommy. And let me tell you, they are brother and sisters. Now, another point that you have to mention, that you have to keep in this paragraph is 17th May 21st 57. So they belong to futuristic era. This is 2020. So for them, we are past, and they are living in the future. They are living in the future time. That you have to understand. This story is written with the futuristic perspective. Today, Tommy had found a real book. So, what is the fascinating incident which has taken place? The fascinating incident is that Tommy, her elder brother, has found a hard copy book. The kind of book that we use very often, and so it is quite fascinating for her, and that's what she has included in her diary. Now, moving further, it was a very old book. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was little boy, his grandfather told him there was a time when all the stories were printed on paper. So this book belonged to grandpa, and he told in the book that and this book was used by him when he was a small child, and he read all the stories. He got all the knowledge, wisdom through the books which were printed. But the situation is quite different in contemporary time. In modern time, students have access to various kind of computer technologies, and probably they are not using the old kind of books. That's why it is quite fascinating for them. Now let us move further. They turned the pages which were yellow and crinkly. It was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to on a screen. So the contemporary students are using different kind of books. The books which are displayed on the screen, not the books, not the obsolete types of books, old types of books which are hard copies. So for them it is quite fascinating because the text are not moving; it is static on the page, and that was quite fascinating. That was quite awkward for them. Moving further, and then when they turned back to the pages before, it had the same words on it that it had written when they read it the first time. So I mean, like when they came back to the same page, they came to know the same book, the same page. So the texts were not moving; it was static. That's what the idea implied in the first paragraph. Moving further, Guy said, "Tommy, what a waste. When you are through the book, you just throw it away. I guess our television screen must have had a million of books on it, and it's good for plenty more. I wouldn't throw it away." Now, Tommy says that it is quite awkward thing to print such kind of books, because in a single computer, millions of books could be stored, and printing books like this, it is waste of time, waste of money, and even after reading the book, it will be of no use, so it will be thrown away. This is the idea expressed by Tommy in the second paragraph. Moving further, we can say, same with mine, said Margie. She was 11 and hadn't seen as many cherry books as Tommy had. He was 13. So in this paragraph, we come to know that the age of both the children are expressed. Margie is 11 years old, while Tommy is 13 years old. In my house, he pointed She said, "Where did you find it?" "In my house." He pointed without looking because he was busy reading in the attic. "What is it about?" "School." So, dear student, we have seen the young girl is very inquisitive. She is willing to know much more about the book. And in reply, Tommy said that he found the book on the attic. Attic is a storehouse, especially on the top of the building. So he found the book on the top of the building, and he did not have much time to give replies. He simply said because he was interested in the books, and he was going through the books. So he just gave reply. Now, Margie was scornful. What is school? What is there to study about school? I hate school. Margie always hated school, but now she hated it more than ever. The mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography, and she had been doing worse and worse until her mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent for the county inspector. So, in this paragraph, we come to know that Margie is very much, she is not willing to, she does not think that school could be a very fascinating topic. She is quite scornful towards school, and that's the reason she hated school. She is having a problem now. What is the problem? She is not able to do well in her geography lesson. This lesson was given to her by her mechanical teacher, so she is not able to do well, and this is a matter of anxiety for her mother. Her mother has finally contacted county inspector. Probably he would sort it out. He would solve this problem. In the fourth paragraph, we come to know he was a round little man with a red face and a whole box of tools with dials and wires. He smiled at Margie and gave her an apple. Then he took teacher apart. Margie had hoped he wouldn't know how to put it all together again, but he knew how all right, and after an hour or so, there it was again, large and black and ugly, with a big screen on which all the lessons were shown and questions were asked. That wasn't so bad. The part Margie hated most was the slot where she had to put homework and test papers. She always had to write them out in a punch code, and made her learn. When she was 6 years old, the mechanical teacher calculated the marks in no time. Now here, what we have seen, there is a arrival of mechanical teacher. He has taken the machine apart. He has analyzed the problem, and Margie was very much optimistic that probably her computer teacher would not be fixed on that very day, so she would have at least relief. She did not have to study, but the county inspector was quite expert. He has already sorted out the machine, and now the machine is all right. She thought that again she has to put all her homework in the slot machine, and she had to study. So what we have seen in this paragraph, that children have developed some kind of aversion. Aversion means hatredness toward the school, because there is no human touch. They are treated as if they are the part of machine. They are passing through the sense of dehumanization. They are treated like a machine. They are given a whole lot of information, and they have to cram it, they have to memorize it. So there is no fun, there is no enjoyment, and this could be the reason why she is very much disappointed, and she does not like her school very much. So, dear student, this idea has been expressed, and I hope I'll give you more detailed explanation of paragraph 5th, 6th, and other paragraphs in the subsequent. Before that, I'll put forward some questions, and you just try to answer those questions. Send me on my WhatsApp number, and I'll check your answers, and I'll give you feedback as well. So on the basis of comprehensibility, you just try to give those answers. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Nice.